I want to take a few minutes, kind of see where you're at. And then I have an exercise for us to do, but I kind of want to see where you're at since our last call.
Okay. Things are starting to move and starting to shake a little bit.
Ooh, I like it.
So I believe by the end of the week, we will have doubled our adult fitness program in the mornings.
Okay.
We will have doubled our kids program in the afternoon, and this is as of January 31st.
Okay.
So the last 2 weeks have been kind of good. From the adult side, people are just learning about us. That's all. Honestly, people are finishing challenges in other places, and their 6 weeks is up or just about up, and they're just not willing to pay what the cost is to stay where they are, and it's multiple different places in the area. So that's a good thing for me. Honestly, I have 5 new ones alone starting tomorrow, so it's really starting to pick up.
Real quick, tell me about the. Is it just in the mornings? You just have the adult classes in the mornings, right? Yeah. And is it Monday through Sunday?
It's Monday through Saturday.
Saturday, okay.
Now, before my last class was at 9, I just added 2 classes that are women's only. And that's just erupting, which is fantastic, which is really good.
Interesting. Okay. Okay. And what are the price points that you decided upon?
$89.99 a month for the adult program. So really, it's very inexpensive. So it's exciting. That part's really cool. Kids side, I'm going to chalk this up to the fact that winter sports are ending. And again, I had 1 new one start yesterday and 6 other new ones that are starting this week, which is exciting. And then in the rest of the world, had some really good meetings with private schools in the area. I had 3 of them in last week to tour. We're all creating partnerships. I'm developing proposals for everything from professional development for teachers, marketing agreements with these private schools, since they're not public schools, that they can do, because they know if their kids come here, their test scores are going to go up. So that's fascinating. I have Picatinny Arsenal coming here on Friday, talking about grant opportunities, and I can't say who it is, but I had a huge meeting on Friday for a corporate sponsor, and honestly, it was one of the best meetings of my life.
That's promising.
Really exciting. We'll see where it goes, but they're coming in later on this week for our second meeting, and honestly, the synergy between the 2 companies is amazing.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I like what you mentioned before, and it sort of triggered something in my head when you said when they get here, their scores are going to go up.
Yeah, that's not anything I looked at. Yesterday it was funny. There was a mom came in. Her son did a free class, and she had signed him up at Mathnasium in Sparta.
Right.
Which I've talked before about being a competitor of mine. It was very interesting. She made 3 comments that really stood out to me. Number 1, they're only doing 6-month plans. She's locked in for 6 months. After 3 classes, her child hates it and kicks and screams going out of the house, does not want to go, and she can't the contract. But she's willing to just walk away from that, because when she saw her kid here yesterday, she's like, oh my God, this is what I should have done, and shame on me. And the last thing she said was that the price point at Mathnasium is so much higher than mine. I couldn't find their prices because they don't post them.
Okay.
They sucker you in first, and then they do it. But really what they're promising is, higher test scores and stuff. And I told the mom, I said, that's not my intention. And she goes, I know. She goes, but you're making them think differently, which was very interesting, because that's exactly what the headmaster of one of the schools just said. Just on Friday, she said the same thing. She goes, my kids' scores are going to go up. She actually made the quote. She's like, she was talking about bringing me on as a consultant to make her school more like Mindfit. I was like, yeah, we'll talk about that, but that's going to cost you a fortune.
It should. You're paying for thinking.
Right.
And that's the highest paid,
that, and we'll see where that goes, but there's some really cool opportunities. And the more, the CEO, the Y's coming in, think on Thursday or Monday. We've been going back and forth. They had to keep switching dates because they're looking to see, they can't get their middle school enrollment up at all in YMCAs across the country. And they're coming in to take a look at the Mindfit concept. And my goal was to turn that into some type of a licensing agreement. YMCA, which would be enormous.
That would be interesting. That would be very interesting. And that's great thinking on your feet, like, to even think of that model. That's fantastic. What type of marketing have you been doing?
Feet on the ground. So I switched it up. I walked away. I'm going to kick up some new Facebook stuff this week, some social media stuff, just because winter sports are ending. Parents are going to be looking for stuff to do. Next week, I roll out all my summer camp stuff because I'm being hounded by that right now, which is, again, those are big revenue things. So that's good stuff. But honestly, I took a different approach last week. Got back in my old uniform, I guess you could say, of, dress pants and a dress shirt, what I've lived in for the last 20 years, and started doing some foot to foot just around here. Walk in, hey, I'm one of your new neighbors. I'm right down the street. Just want to give you guys this, a brochure, and here's a card for you guys. You get $25 off if you sign up for a membership. And, we also run an adults program and blah, 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 blah. And, if we do something with your company and, you want to market it to your employees, I'll give you a company rate. Whatever. And, it was funny. One of the companies I walked into, they're like, you know what? CrossFit Skylands tried to do this a year or so ago. And they're like, but their program was just too expensive. So even giving a corporate discount or whatever, it wasn't worth it to us. So like, your price point is where it needs to be. So it's just a lot of,
why do you think the price point is so damn high? Is that what CrossFit recommends the gyms to charge?
No. You know what? There is, I don't know if I said this to you before. It's the same premise as why people who are not good golfers go and buy a set of ping, a $2,000, pair of golf clubs that can't golf, because they think it's easier to just drop 2 G's on a pair of golf clubs because now you have the technology to make you a better golfer instead of putting the time in the gym. So the premise of a lot of and CrossFit says you can charge whatever you want. We don't care. Okay. And look, if you have 200 members, let's just dumb it down. You have 200 members and you're charging $100 a month, you're making $20,000 a month in revenue. Right. So if you're paying multiple staff members and rent and all those things, it gets eaten up fast. Yeah, there's the margin is tiny. The margin is not good. So you do that, it's one thing. You charge 160, now you're adding, a decent chunk of change in revenue to your bottom line. Right. You can charge it, but the premise goes on, if you pay more, well, then you're going to get better results. Honestly, Alex Horzazes or whatever the guy's name is, because I went through I sat through all their calls. Hormozy. That is their premise. Their premise is sucker them in to pay as high as they will, promising them huge results, of which up front in 6 weeks they're going to fail. They're not going to hit the goals that they want to hit in 6 weeks. It's not possible. Especially you come in and say, I want to lose 50 pounds. Okay, great. You can do that, but only if you do our $500 package instead of our $200 package, which is going to get you these supplements, which, by the way, are an extra $150. So now your $500 package is $650 before you ever have even done a workout yet. But the premise in your mindset is, okay, if I'm paying all this and they must be experts if they're charging me this, so I got to do this. It's not like when you buy a Mercedes. You buy a Mercedes because it's a Mercedes and it's a better car than a Hyundai. Right. Right. Different animal. It's interesting. It's interesting. I have people now that have been with me for 8 weeks. One of them's lost 14 pounds in 8 weeks, and honestly, he was not heavy coming in. Okay. Cleaned up his diet. We gave him a program that works. I mean, I know what I can do with these people. I've done it myself. Like I had to.
Now, mind you, take that success story, case study, whatever you want to call it, and ask permission to use it.
And he did, and he started putting his stuff on, his story of, thank you Foundation Fitness, blah, blah, blah. He started writing those things on our posts because we kind of talked about it. So it's, it's coming along.
Good. So it's about chipping away, and I love the footwork. That's what I did. So I believe in it, and it's time is going to help you, because the more you do that, the more saturated it gets, and the more comfortable you get, the more confident you get. Like, I mean, I remember our first call and what that was like, or our second call. You know what I mean? That was like, I was playing cheerleader, and now I just see this brevity in you that is just like, I'm out to get it.
You know what I had to do? I had to get out of the building.
Yeah. Literally step foot out the door.
Yeah, you spend too much time here, and I knew I had hit my peak of going off the edge when I spent the whole day at Mindfit one day. Really didn't get shit done because I was just worrying. And when I worry, I pace. And I got home late that night, and my son, all my kids have Fitbits and stuff like that. So my son goes, "Dad, how many steps did you have today?" So I'm like, "I don't know, I haven't looked." So I look at my watch, and I had 33,000 steps. I'd never left the building. I'd been pacing and stressing all day, was not productive in any means possible. I was like, I have to go do what you do. Get out of the building. So I dedicate an hour and a half each day now. In the middle of the day, get the fuck out. Get out, go do shit. And you know what? Thursday? I didn't do anything. I went out for an hour because I don't have any downtime. That's the other thing I realized. I have no downtime whatsoever. My downtime is sleep, and then I wake up and you go at it again. Because there's a guilt thing. You're like, I'm not making revenue. I got to keep. Yeah, but you know what? You're going to burn out, and you have to be. Your creativity completely just dies. So every day now, unless I'm like stacked with meetings, but if I'm stacked with meetings, then I'm doing what I need to be doing.
Right.
If I'm not, get the fuck out.
Yep. I love the attitude.
That's my attitude.
No, I love it. I just think we got to continue that. I want to start talking about a couple of different things to generate some more list building activity, generate some more leads and that sort of thing. I know we talked about ClickFunnels last month and talked about getting you over into our program and moving that stuff around. I wanted to see where you're at with that. Are you going to move forward with the ClickFunnels stuff and do that thing or what?
I'm not sure on ClickFunnels.
Okay.
I am still looking at that. I am on the actual paying campaign now for Active Campaign.
Oh, good.
So, the biggest trouble with that is just setting up, getting it all in there.
Yes.
As far as a website goes, I am actually just going to transfer it over and rehost it. I don't have the funds right now to go crazy and to do a whole revamp. When I get to a point that I do, then I'll do that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not in a big, position to do that. And I don't want to rely on the website. I need the website to have a basic functionality and do what it does. I launched the new website for Foundation Fitness, which is completely separate now from Mindfit USA. And, it's the simplest website ever. And I've had more leads off of that stupid, dumbass website than I've ever had before, because it's just simple. You scroll down, you request a free week, and you're done. That's all you have to do. There's a little bit of information, there's pricing, there's a video, and then there's
and see that's what ClickFunnels taught me. When you can create different funnels, different verticals of just one thing.
Yep.
Right? That's what simplified. That's what people want. That's what people can understand. And that's what they take action on. When I was starting out, I sent them to the website, and they go to the website and it's like, there's 15 different things you can do. Yeah. So that's why you focus on one thing. If I'm talking about a specific topic this week, I only want to send them there. you know, on what that has. So you learned a lot. I mean, simplifying your process, simplifying the site, breaking the site, 2 sites apart, just focusing and clarifying that message is going to go a real long way. And then the last thing before I want to get this off my chest before we get into this is outcomes and results. That's what people buy.
Yeah.
Outcomes and results. And you can't be afraid to talk about that. And I told you it way in the beginning that there may be this fear of, because we don't have any testimonials yet, because we're just starting out, we don't have that credibility yet. Listen, you've done very well for yourself, you know, over the past few months of launching this. You have to pull out the good and the positive and all of that, and look at the opportunity there. Look at what's going to happen in the next few months, and talk about that. And like the whole thing, I mean, you blew me away. I mean, these kids' test scores are going to go up. Now, we don't know that between me and you and the wall. We don't know that. We can't make that claim.
Right. But if a school headmaster wants to make that claim, that's their decision.
Right. That's their decision. The other thing I like what that headmaster said, it's you're making them think differently.
Yep.
That's something that we can claim.
Yeah, we can. And
we can talk about that.
Testimonial now. I have parents that are willing to do testimonials, so they're going to go up on the site.
Yes. Yes.
And even for Foundation Fitness, I have several now that have had unbelievable results, are willing to make do that. So I just did a Wix site, so it was the easiest thing in the world.
Right.
And it looks good. It's simple. Have a couple testimonials. Tie one to strength, one to weight loss, one to something else. Done. Mm-hmm. One to feeling younger. Whatever it is. So I just found, we talked about the what and the why.
Right.
In the past, but there is a lot of what here. So you don't necessarily want to lose that.
Nope.
And the why was foggy and blurry.
Well, we cleared that. I think you cleaned it up nicely.
It's all about advantage. They're getting an advantage. And that alone, I mean, great example was I had a meeting not too long ago with Thor Labs, and had the opportunity, they took me through and toured me through their facility.
Okay.
We are them.
Interesting.
What I saw walking through there, and they're coming in here actually to come and look at our facility. They're like, holy I was blown away. I'm like, not only are you doing in the real world what we're trying to teach kids, you look like us. I've never been in their facility before. So as I was talking, I mean, you should have seen them beaming. They're like, wait, you do this? You do that? What? They're like, we've been trying to get the schools to do this for years. I know. And you know what? They can't. They don't have the time. It's not their fault. Don't blame them. Which then, took all the responsibility off of the schools. So now the schools felt good. It was good. So,
I love it. I love it. So here's what I want to talk to you about today. I want to talk to you about the user journey. So we did user profiles.
Yep.
But I want to go a little bit deeper into the user journey. And the user journey, let me share a screen so you get a visual on this. So the user journey is asking a couple of questions. How did they find out about you? What made them engage? What makes them return? And why would they recommend you? Okay. So when we look at this, we look at Jonathan Upscale. Remember him?
Yep.
Okay. So what we want to do is we want to create these user journeys for each. What the hell was that? And we want to get a little specific here with their user journey. So how did they find out about Mindfit? How did he, I should say, how did he?
Okay. Let's just say he saw it on Facebook.
Okay. Found it. Found us on Facebook. Right?
Yep.
And then what made him engaged? That's the question. That is, it's like the $1 million question.
He has a daughter.
Okay, he has a daughter. And so I want to go a little bit deeper here. So,
Why?
Yeah, exactly.
Because in today's world, there is anything a guy can do, a woman can do. And it's an accurate statement, 100%. But there is a huge push right now to get girls into STEM.
Okay.
And I see these quotes all the time. The world needs more female engineers. It'll change the way that we create. And I do play into that. I mean, every time I get somebody that comes in here with a daughter, that's the first thing I say to them. I go, the world needs more engineers like you. And you should, they're like, yes, I know. They're all excited. And it's just, that drive to have a parent who has a daughter, where the daughter does not want to be a stay-at-home mom, a nurse, a teacher, wants to be something different, likes to work with their hands.
So I want to go really specific here. Something happened in Jonathan's life, like a moment happened in his life that made him engage with Mindfit. So that's what I want to really get at.
His daughter came home one day and said school was too easy.
That's okay. That's what I want to get at. Okay. Then what happened?
He wanted to find a way to have his daughter be challenged, or to give her something that gave her an edge.
So he was excited about the idea of trying something completely different. Different is a double-edged sword. Yeah, it sure is. It could be frightening, and it could be the best thing since birth.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
Okay, that's a really good insight. That's a really, really good insight. So, do we want to take it one step further? Is there anything else here that you want to acknowledge?
No.
Okay. I think that's pretty damn good. So now we want to know what makes them return. What makes Jonathan keep coming back?
Coming back to view the site?
Well, is his daughter enrolled? Because we want to, now we're at the point where he engaged and now he's enrolled.
Yeah. Yep. She's enrolled.
Okay. So when now she's enrolled, what's making them come back month after month?
Well, I'll tell you something that a mom actually said to me.
Good.
I've heard this before. She's got a little second grader who, finds school boring, really, really smart kid. And she said that it's actually changed the conversations at home. Because
Okay.
where in the past, he'd come home from school and she'd say to him, "How was school today?" "Fine." "What'd you do?" "Nothing." And that was the end of the conversation. Now she says, and she laughs about it. She's like, oh my gosh. She goes, he gets in the car and he doesn't stop talking. I did this today. I learned this today. And then he goes home and he interacts with his siblings. Now he's the youngest of his family, but he goes home to his 5th grade siblings, 6th grade siblings, and 8th grade siblings and says, I can do this, can you? And now it's getting those kids to say, oh wow, I didn't even know that there was something like that. Oh, they'll get into that because it's completely changed their conversations as a family.
This is gold. This is gold.
I mean, when I hear those things, and you know, I gotta be honest, 30 days ago, I was questioning, I'm sure you could tell if I made a big fucking mistake. And look, you still have those moments.
You're going to have them a decade later, believe me when I tell you, because I get them on occasion too.
I usually get them when I start paying bills. And I'm like, holy fuck, what did I do? And I freak out.
They're not going anywhere.
They're going to stay.
Yeah.
It's
but
those days.
Yeah.
Those days when either number one, I see these kids. Dude, I literally have kids, and this is no exaggeration. They come 6 days a week.
It's beautiful.
Same kid. He can't do enough. So obviously we're doing something right. I see parents who go out and do nothing all day, but post on Facebook on how every other parent is stupid because their kids aren't doing Mindfit. I actually see it. Every time I share a post, they share a post. Those things are, you can't buy that.
No.
Every time a school administrator comes in here and says, holy crap, that's amazing. This place is, I had the charter school in here last Friday, and she walked in, she looks at the gym side. Now, she's the headmaster, but she was a former gym teacher. She goes, oh, this is nice. I mean, she's not one that works out herself. She's like, yeah, whatever. And then she walked on our STEM side and flipped. And she goes, holy crap.
It's mind-blowing. I mean, it really is. It's breathtaking, and it's.
And I mean, now it's cool because now there's plants actually growing in the hydroponics. Dude, I have cucumbers that are 4 inches tall.
Yeah.
Well, also now shit's starting to move. Now our laser engravers are working. So now we're doing shit there. And people walk in, they're just blown away.
And that's sort of the stuff, excuse me. Hey, that's some of the stuff that we need to get footage of. We need to get footage of those kids in action.
We do.
Okay.
And I've been, I actually think I'm going to do it on a Saturday. Like I want a nice big group. Like my kids are small, but like now I'm having some classes where I've got 6 to 8 kids in a single class. So,
right.
And look, you don't want too much more than that because then it looks cramped, then it looks crowded.
That's right.
Individual look.
That's right.
Do it when I only had 1, but now that I've got 6 to 8, in a single class, now I'm like, okay, well now I can, start doing these things. And as I change things on my website, I'm going to put that stuff up there.
Yeah. I mean, it's social proof. And it's just this whole credibility thing as well. Like social proof moves the needle. It really does. When you get people speaking on your behalf, it moves the needle. That's why I do a lot of brand showcases where I'm going to start doing them now. I remodeled my whole business the first of the year. And basically it's completely different. And I love it the way I have set it up because it's a lot cleaner. And it's just going to be much more powerful. But one of the things I started to do was brand showcases. So I'll do it during the actual build out of the brand. Like you've probably seen a few of those videos with me and Pradeep and stuff, right? But then at the end, I have this like exit interview sort of thing. But what we do is we actually showcase the brand all completed, but I do it with the client on a Facebook Live. I'm doing my first one for the year on Thursday.
Okay.
And now That turns into a 20-minute testimonial.
Right.
Okay. So that's some of the stuff that we want to do for you going forward. You want to get the kids involved. We want to, and I told you that from the beginning, I'm getting excited. But when you get the kids involved, when you have your clients become part, it now becomes a culture and a community.
Well, I'm actually working on with kids that I have, both guys, girls, different ages. I have a marketing thing that I'm going to be doing over the next 2 weeks called I Am Mindfit.
There you go.
I'm putting them in the green screen room, and you have these tiny little girls, you have these big guys, all different ages, and they're standing in front of the green screen room, and I can put anything from a 3D printer behind whatever on the green screen, and this just shows I Am Mindfit.
Yeah, and that should be a hashtag.
Yeah,
that you just own.
Yeah.
Right?
True.
So let me get back to this because I got 2 more profiles to do, but this goes pretty quick, as you can see. So why do they recommend Mindfit to others? Why is Jonathan going to go and recommend Mindfit to friends, colleagues, family?
Yeah, there's a couple of reasons. So I'm going off of experience, what I've
Yep.
seen. You either have the parent that is blown away by what their child is doing. You have the parents that want to be the first to say that their kids did it.
By the transformation. So he's completely blown away by the transformation he sees in his daughter.
Yep.
Okay. Now he's the entrepreneur. If we go back to his story, he's successful in the corporate world.
She's becoming entrepreneurial herself.
Aha.
So he's becoming more like him instead of just the robot following the school.
The daughter is now starting to become entrepreneurial like daddy.
Yep.
Okay, continue.
We're doing this right now, actually, where all of our kids that are currently enrolled are doing a 2-week project. They're developing their own product that we're printing out multiple versions of on a 3D printer, then they're going to sell them.
Oh my God, I love it.
They're going to be their parents that sell them, but that process, it's like the TREPS process. I don't know if you've heard of TREPS in schools, but the kids are creating something. They're like, oh, look what I did. I have one, this kid was awesome. Listen, you just got to hear this. So he takes a ball, right? Ball's about double the size of a ping pong ball. He prints out a hollow ball with his name, he uses the word Jeet all the time. I don't even know what the hell it means. Jeet.
Okay.
It's like his cool word. He takes his ball, made a black ball, cut the ball in half with the printer. So he printed 2 halves, but Jeet is goes clear through the skin of the ball. And then on the inside, he printed a glow-in-the-dark ball that fits perfectly inside the black ball. So when you close the 2, now the Jeet glows at night. And you just glue the 2 halves together and you're done. Awesome. He can
Real.
Totally his idea.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
I told him, I said, I'm going to steal it because I'm going to start using it for birthday parties. And the birthday person, whoever the birthday boy or girl is, I'm printing them out a ball that's just like that.
See that? Oh my God. All right. So he's recommending Mindfit to his colleagues and friends and family because he's completely blown away by the transformation he sees in his daughter. The daughter's now starting to become entrepreneurial like daddy. And I would say that the father-daughter relationship has blossomed.
Yep.
This is brilliant. Okay. So let me just save this. Duplicate. And we're going to do 2. All right. So save that. And then we come here. Let me get user 2. User 2. Got a lot of stuff going on here. Move that. There we go. Susan anxious. Forgot about her. Right? So let me go here.
God, it feels like forever we did this.
Right? Susan anxious, and she was the housewife.
Yep.
Right? And you're going to get a copy of this too, by the way. So you'll have a nice PDF. You'll have it. This will all be tucked in nicely. So, all right. So now, how'd she find out about us?
From a mom at a PTA meeting.
Come on. There we go. And so what makes her engage? That specific moment, remember?
Yep.
And she's got all boys, remember?
Yeah. You know what? Basketball's ending.
Okay. Basketball season is ending.
Kids need something to do.
And her kids. Okay. She's a housewife, so okay. So anything else here? Anything specifically with the children?
Yeah, the doctor, her pediatrician said that her kids need to stay active. There's a concern obesity runs in the family. I hear that too.
Wow. That's okay. Basketball. Okay. Her pediatrician said that her kids need to stay active because obesity runs in the family. Okay, cool. This is some very in-depth insight. Anything else?
The last report card wasn't so good.
Okay. All right. Good stuff. Okay. So now they join Mindfit. They get the experience. What makes them come back every month?
Because now all the other moms come and talk to her about it because they want to know more because she was the first one in her school to do it.
Okay. She was
the early adopter.
The first mom to enroll her kids into Mindfit, and it's creating intrigue from other moms.
Yep.
Now, what is this doing? This is getting a little, I don't want to use the word selfish, but she's starting to feel significant.
Yes.
She's starting to feel different.
It's the keeping up with the Joneses.
Yes. She's getting more attention.
Yep.
From her friends and family, which makes feel significant.
Yep.
I mean, proud. One other word.
Mm-hmm. Significant, proud, and trendsetter.
Aha. You're fucking good, dude. You're good.
Let's hope.
No, you are. I'm telling you. I do these exercises with some folks, and I'm so happy that they committed to it and invested in it, because when we get on this call, I'm not lying, I'll show you the videos. They have no clue who their target audience is.
Right.
And I'm not saying it, I'm not saying that's bad. I'm saying I'm glad that we're on this call because you need to know who these people are really, really personally if you want to make an impact in 2018 on them. And so this is good stuff. So,
I'll tell you what, the stupidest change that I made for when people were coming in, like I was writing down, all right, Judy comes in, she's, her 2 sons, they love the 3D print, whatever. Biggest change I made, I just used their sons' names.
Sure.
That sounds stupid, but in the past I'd say, I know your sons really loved it here, blah, blah, blah. No, I know Braden and Caleb just adore, and you could tell they're like, oh, he remembers my kid's name.
Oh God, it's night and day. I'm telling you, it's it's those little tiny tweaks, man. And
it makes such a difference.
It does. So now, why are they recommending Mindfit to all of their friends, family, and colleagues? Or she, I should say.
Their kids love it.
Her kids absolutely love the experience.
She loves being the subject matter expert on it.
Ah.
I had a mom come in on Friday, in the middle of class with her son. I was coaching, so fortunately we were right at the point where the kids were going into the decompression room, so I could talk with her for a few minutes. Well, I'm like, you know what, can you just give me 3 minutes? Let me get the kids set up. She's like, oh, of course, no problem. I come out, one of the moms for 3 of my homeschool kids is out there just like talking me up. Oh my God, this place is amazing. Your son's gonna love it. My kids come here 6 days a week. And I'm like, yeah, I'm listening right around the corner. I actually paused before I walked out. I'm like, this is fucking awesome.
And you're getting goosebumps. Yeah, you're getting goosebumps.
Just let her go. So I did. I stood there for a minute, just let her talk for a minute, and then I walked out. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. She's like, no. She goes, and the mom's like, I'm so sorry, but I can't stop talking about it. I'm like, no, it's okay. I'm like, that's what we want. That's a good thing. I'm like, oh my gosh, I said you're making me, I'm so humbled. Thank you so much. Yeah,
I absolutely love it.
Like a big act.
I love. Listen, man, that's what it's all about. You're creating these cheerleaders,
yep.
and that's how it happens. And again, I can't tell you the most. I can't tell you this more often. Be patient.
Yeah.
Like, just be patient, because you got a phenomenal facility. You just got to get more eyeballs on it, and that comes with time. It just comes with time. All right, so her kids, absolutely, she loves being the subject matter with her friends, and
you know what? It gets her out of the house.
It gets Susan out of the house.
I've honestly watched moms become friends that never knew each other because their kids are here all the time.
Aha. Which we got to say why. So which allows her to connect with other moms in town.
Yeah.
Okay. Notice how this information's gold. It's gold. Because I want you to take this document. This document is filled with money, like membership revenues.
Yeah.
Like it's just because I could see you putting out a blog post now, or I could see you putting out a Facebook post that says, what's better than meeting other moms in the neighborhood?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's it. Right. Yep. And then there's a video of 2 moms in your facility chatting it up.
Yep.
Right?
Absolutely.
So it's funny what drives people. It's funny what it's God. If I were to tell you that I get all my clients because of my amazing design work, I'd be lying to you. Because It's crazy. They come to me and they say, "We just want your thinking."
Yeah.
You just happen to be a really good designer, but like, we just want your thinking. And I'm not that doesn't hurt my feelings. It doesn't.
You know what's great too is that it's really hard for someone else to copy thinking.
You can't.
Right.
Exactly.
So
And
intellectual capital is just always so valuable.
exactly. So let's finish up this bad boy. We're right on schedule too, which is good.
Awesome.
Let's pull Kim alone. Oh, flip. Okay, so we're gonna do Kim alone, and she was the corporate exec.
Yep.
Okay, how'd she find out about Mindfit?
Heard it from someone in town and came to one of the open houses. Jesus. Dude, it's a good day.
That's what I like to hear, dude.
I'd love to nail on one exact reason why Thursday through today has been like it's been. I want to do like a cause and root analysis. What the fuck changed?
Listen, it's you know what's changed? Time.
It is some time. It is.
It's time.
There's definitely this niche that I'm finding, and what I need to figure out how to do is how do I target it on Facebook? It's this niche of people that their kids don't play sports, or they do, but they're not that good. They love technology. This is different. Like
you know how you do it? Through writing. It's very simple.
We're kind of doing it now. Like, and I get that.
Yeah.
Trying to find
So
I understand targeting very well on Facebook. So
you do or don't?
I don't. So outside of just writing keywords of fitness, STEM, science, kids, I don't get it.
Okay. So Facebook is one of the platforms that's really good. You could get really, really focused and narrow with your targeting on Facebook. But in my opinion, you could only still go so far.
Right.
To get down to the depth of what you're talking about, you got to do it in writing. And so, for example, I'm going to give you a funny example. So you said the kids are good at sports, but not that good.
Yep.
Right? We got to come up with a funny post that talks about how we all know Johnny at 4'8" is not going to have a big career in the NBA. However, but he's super passionate about basketball. We all know this, right? Or we take it, we use the language, we use words to touch upon the depth of what you just mentioned. So that might have been a bad example because we don't want to like crush the kid's dreams.
Right.
But basically what we want to do is imagine being at a soccer game and standing next to dad who knows his son isn't that great at soccer and he knows it and he's making jokes about it. Like my kid's got two left feet. I'll be the first one to tell you.
Yeah.
I'll be on the soccer field and I love Dante to death. But if he can't play soccer, we're going to make a joke out of it.
Right.
It's not something that serious where, you know what I mean? And I would look at you and say, I love him to death, but he's got two left feet. Right?
Yep.
That's the kind of conversation we want to have on Facebook.
It is.
That's what I'm trying to explain to you. I'm sorry it was long-winded.
No, I got it.
But that's the conversation that we want to. That's what's going to get to that depth of target.
Okay.
Because then Tony, that lives in Sussex Mills, is going to say, "How's he know that he's like talking about my son right now? Like, how the hell does he know
Right.
Johnny's got 2 left feet. You know, and he's going to resonate with that. So it's the words. It's the wordsmithing of the text. So, all right, last one. So what makes Kim Malone engage with Mindfit? Now, reminder, she's divorced, 2 kids, 9-year-old boy, 14-year-old girl.
The head coach is hot. No, I'm sorry. What makes her engage?
Mm-hmm. I love that noise.
All day long, man. All day long.
I love that noise.
What makes her engage? What caused it? You know what? She wants a little more, this is the wrong word, but father figure engagement.
Okay. She wants,
and she wants that. She likes the fact that her kids are learning how to lift weights. Her kids are learning how to rip apart 3D printers and shit that she doesn't know how to do. And, it's important to her.
Okay. She wants some more father figure engagement for her kids. She wants them to experience
hands-on.
There we go.
Shit.
Yeah, hands-on activity.
Yeah.
And projects.
Yep.
Okay. Love it. Makes them engage. Anything else?
No.
Okay. So now she's got 9-year-old boy and 14-year-old girl enrolled in Mindfit, and they're coming back month after month.
Yep.
Why?
Same thing. The kids are learning. They're learning things that they don't normally learn in school.
Her kids. Her kids are learning. We didn't touch upon this yet. We talked about it, but we didn't write it down. Her kids are learning differently.
Yep.
From how they learn in school, which is piquing interest, piquing
new interests.
Mm-hmm.
Great quote the other day from Mark Twain. I never let my schooling get in the way of my education.
Mm-hmm. I love it. No, I love it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Exactly what we do.
Exactly. So our kids are learning differently from how they learn in school, which is piquing new interest. What else? We got. Is it the routine? Is it the routine?
No, it's the it's constantly varied. You know what? One of the problems I'm hearing with Mathnasium now is they go in, it's the same thing every day.
Okay. So I'm looking at some of Kim Malone's goals, and just to remind you, she wants to be a great mom. She wants to be successful. She wants to be a better role model, especially for her daughter, wants to connect with her daughter, wants to be more tech savvy, wants to increase her friend base, wants to find a steady boyfriend, wants her kids to have the same experiences as others, wants to improve the feel of family, wants to travel and enjoy life more, wants a higher self-confidence and self-esteem.
She feels good that she's giving her kids an experience that others don't have.
She feels good that she's giving her children an experience that other kids aren't having. It's interesting.
You know what I heard a mom say? She said that she couldn't believe it the one day. She was driving home from here. They had just finished. And her son thanked her for signing him up at Mindfit.
Her son thanked her. We could say it. Her son thanked her for signing him up.
Yep.
At Mindfit. God, that's a miracle moment.
Yep. It's good shit.
No. And then lastly, why does Kim recommend Mindfit to her friends and family and all that other good stuff?
She looks like a mom that has it going on.
She looks like a mom that has it going on. Like, this is very, very self-fulfilling. She feels...
Yep.
She
feels like, you know, number one mom.
She feels like mom of the year.
Yeah.
She feels important. She feels like mom of the year. She feels...
like she did something great for her kids.
Yeah.
Is that deadbeat dad of theirs, you know?
Yep. Yep.
Got the new 22-year-old that no, I'm just kidding. So we could go deep with this.
Yeah, she's finally feeling a sense of purpose.
Yep.
And so she wants other people to feel that way.
Yeah.
She wants other moms. And so she wants other moms to feel the same feeling. Yeah. Because she's not that self-centered.
Right.
Save this up. Dude.
Good shit.
Crush City, man.
Good shit.
I really like the clarity that this is bringing to the whole brand, because this is the stuff that goes in the marketing. This is the stuff that goes now out with you when you're doing your footwork.
Yeah. Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
And you know what? Even in places where I've gone, you know, and everywhere says no soliciting, you know, so I just walk in and I'm not a solicitor, I'm a neighbor. So, you know, I'm just like, hey, and, you know, I'm not sure if you have kids or not, but, well, I don't, but, you know, my daughter does. And, oh my God, wait, I had a woman smart to go, so you're essentially creating rocket scientists in kids. I'm like, yep, that's exactly what we're doing. So I saw her at a deli 2 days later, and she goes, that's a rocket science guy.
Get out of here.
Awesome. Yeah. Really cool.
That's branding, my friend.
Really
That's
cool.
branding, my friend. All right, so let's look at the calendar. We got 2 more calls until your 3-month engagement
All right.
is complete. So we have March 6th is 2 weeks out.
Okay. Hold on 1 second for me. 6 right now, I'm okay.
Okay. You want to do 10, 15 again? Because I got a 9 to 10.
You know what? We're probably going to have to go later.
Okay.
Our women's classes are starting.
I'm wide open.
Can we do like 12:30?
Yeah. All right. So Mike, Fancher, Henry. Strategy. 30. And then I could make this a Zoom meeting. That's awesome. There's a Zoom plugin where I click a button, it makes it a Zoom meeting. It populates a link. And yeah, it's that simple.
Hey, one quick question for you before we end.
Yeah.
You have a recommendation of a video filter to use? I've noticed, like on some of your branding videos, you'll actually have like almost looks like a newscast underneath.
You mean a bottom third?
Yeah. Is there an app that you would recommend that I could use to create those filters?
What are you using them for?
Just like ads, specifically for Foundation Fitness.
And they're going to be for video?
Yeah.
So it's funny, Zerby actually told me about this software. It's called ManyCam.
Many, M-A-N-Y.
Cam, C-A-M-Y.
Okay.
And it's cheap. It's so cheap. That is the software I use to do the multi-camera view Facebook Lives.
Okay.
And that has a functionality to play with bottom thirds.
Okay.
And there's different filters too.
Now, can you use that? You can use that on a Facebook Live.
You could use it on a Facebook Live. Yeah, you hit the button. Well, first you got to type in your name and you got to pre-fill it.
Yep.
And then if you want it to appear, it's clicking a button and it just stays there, or you can click it off and it'll go disappear. So I like to, when I haven't used it in a while, but I used to use it a lot. So I would come on live and then I would click the bottom third button and my name would show, my website would show, and then I would click it off and then I would get into the show. Right?
Okay.
And then before I would close up the show, I'd hit the bottom third again. It would appear, and then I would just leave it, and then I would sign off.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. And there's different filters. So you go in and you play. Like I liked one specific filter because it was just clean. Some of them are pretty gaudy and silly looking, but yeah, that is something that I would use on a daily basis. Or on it. So that's that, my friend. Awesome, dude. We got a lot done. So next week, let me see what we have left here. We did user profiles. We did brand attributes. We did awareness goals. We can talk about some revenue and efficiency goals. And that's a wrap. I mean, that would be the whole discovery package. So, all right, dude, listen, keep killing it, bro. I want to keep hearing that phone ring.
Me too.
And if you have any questions, concerns, dude, text me, bat phone me, you know how to get me.